So, do you want to start learning how to do combos like this on a 7'4" center? Well, lucky for you, I actually know how to do that. So I'm going to teach you in today's video. I'm going to tell you all the animations that I use, the way that I dribble, and some combos that I've learned while labbing with my 7'4" stretch build. Now, the first thing I will tell you is my ball handle and my speed with ball is a 65 and a 40. If you're on a slightly smaller center, say you're on like a 7'1", 7 foot, you should be able to get a higher ball handle and a higher speed with ball. But personally, I haven't used a higher speed with ball or a higher ball handle yet with a center. So this is just the dribble moves that I use. If there are better ones out there for you, then go ahead and use them. But this is what I recommend because I've actually found this is quite glitchy, the ones that I use. Okay, so to go over the dribble moves that I use. For the dribble style, I use Sabonis's dribble style. I think it's pretty good. It's not super quick, but it's definitely decent enough. You can speed boost out of quite a lot of different moves this year, so I don't think dribble style, especially on bigs, matter as much as it used to, but it's still nice to have one that works for you. I think the best one is Giannis. If you can get Giannis's dribble style, then I think that might be the best one. I'm not too sure. I haven't personally used that yet, so take that with a grain of salt, but I've heard that it's pretty good. Then for the size up, I'm using Ben Simmons. It's just quite quick for a center. Like you can see right there, there's the little combos are nice, very quick. Left right crossovers are very nice, so that's why I've gone with Ben Simmons. Then for the breakdown combo, I do get Victor Wembanyama's breakdown combo, and I believe it's the first one that I got on the build. It just like gives you animations this year when you make a build, so that's quite nice. And yeah, it's not the craziest one, but I've just left it because I haven't noticed a difference, and I don't really use the breakdown combos that much. Then for the escape moves, I'm using Giannis's escape. Now if you can and you do get 70 ball handle, the best one on the game is Kevin Durant. His escape move is absolutely bonkers. If you can get this one, then you are going to be absolutely living life. But unfortunately, I'm 5 ball handle off. You can't get it on a 7'4", unfortunately. At least I don't think you can. So just go with Giannis. It's pretty damn good as well. And honestly, the animations are quite quick. Then for the combo moves, once again, I've got Victor Wembanyama's. It's just the default one that they gave me straight off rip. So I'm just still using it. I don't really notice too much of a difference. And I don't really use combo moves that much. And same for the crossover, Victor Wembanyama once again. I think there probably is better crossovers that you can use, but I actually don't unlock any other crossover on here. I could use normal or I could use basic, but I'm just going to stick with Victor Wembanyama because that's the one I've been using. Now for the behind the backs, this is very important. You want to be using normal. You can go ahead and use different ones if you can actually use those. I think the best one you can use on a 7'4" is normal. It gives you an explosive behind the back that's extremely good for comboing up, and it's really nice. So I would recommend using normal. Then for spin, this is personal preference, but I really like the normal spin because it gives you this spin animation where you can run to the side, and it gives you a nice little spin that you can combo out of, and it's really nice. It reminds me of the old dribbling on like 2K19 and stuff, so I wanted to have it on. Then for the hesitation, I just use normal. I don't think you can get too many hesitations this tool, so just chuck on normal or chuck on one that you think's nice. I don't really use hesis that often. Now for the step back, this is personal preference again, but I think the best one you can use on the center is Giannis's. His little snatchback is so compy. If you can get in front of the player basically and do that snatchback, you're going to get a crab 9 times out of 10. And because you're 7'4", if you're making the same build that I have, you're going to be able to shoot over anyone. So if you can get a crab, then they're not going to get a contest. And then just for the triple threat style, I use Kobe Bryant just because it's nice, it's quick, and it looks good, I guess. I don't know. I've always really used Kobe Bryant triple threat, so I'm just going to keep using it. So there is all my dribble moves right there. And if you want any of my shooting stuff, I got Wembanyama's free throw. I got Julius Randle go-to shot. This is actually one that I would recommend you put on just for that first little animation where he goes to the right, because we're going to be able to combo up with that and speed boost out of it. So if you want to learn all the combos, then you're going to have to chuck on Julius Randle as well. And also for the dribble pull-up, I would recommend normal too. It's super nice to have, especially if you're on a 7'4". It's literally unguardable if you run to the side and fade. It is so high, the arc that you get on it, and it's pretty hard to contest. For everything else, you don't really need to know. I guess the hop jumper, Kevin Durant hop jumper, I've always really used Kevin Durant if I can get it. So go ahead and chuck that on as well. I'm sure we'll use a combo with that involved. But with all that stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and let's hop on the court and let me teach you how to dribble. Okay, so when learning how to dribble on a center, we need to learn all of our moves, which ones we have equipped, and what each move does basically, so we can start comboing them together, so then we can create some combos to cook our opponent. So to start things off, extremely easy. With no turbo, if you flick down, you get this step back, which isn't the greatest, but it can still open up a shot for you. And then if you hold it with turbo, you get the nice Giannis step back that I was on about, with a little snatchback. Then we also have our normal crossover. You just flick left and right. You get the tween as well, which it's nice to have, but it does use up quite a bit of stamina, so I don't tend to use it too often. I might use it once or twice, but I'm not sat there spamming it like you would if you're on a guard. And you also have the momentum, where if you flick up and then halfway through you hold turbo and then move in that direction, you do also get momentum animation, just like so. It's not the craziest and not the fastest, but it's still nice to have if you want to add it into your combo. Of course, we have our escape moves, but the one just to go into the side is extremely slow, if you can see. So instead of doing that, kind of like last year where we had the basic escape move where you could flick like right left or left right and it would do the really glitchy crossover on those tall builds with no ball handle, this year it's slightly different. If you hold turbo and you flick towards your ball hand and then away from your ball hand, with the animations we got equipped, you get this really nice escape that you can combo up, and it allows you to go extremely cheesy with this, because it doesn't use up much stamina either. So you can start off your combo with this and just start spamming it, and then you can go into a combo. It's extremely quick, and it's really nice to do. Then we have our behind the back. The normal standing one just goes like that. It's not too crazy, but if you're on a 7-4 like me, you're going to get open from it, trust me. And then also, as well as the regular one, we also have our explosive behind the back, where if instead of just doing the behind the back by holding turbo and flicking diagonally down, you want to do that, but then you also want to hold up diagonal the way you want to run with your left stick, and it's going to give you that nice behind the back, explosive behind the back, which is crazy that you can get this explosive behind the back and this regular behind the back on a 7-4 build. They've really cooked with the dribbling this year. Now, another great thing about the snatchback that we have equipped is when we do this snatchback, you can actually run out of it. As you can see, you can just run, you can go left, right, and the timing will take you a little bit of time to get used to. It's not the hardest thing in the world. Basically, whenever you want to switch directions and do the snatchback, you just stop moving your left stick. You completely take your thumb off the left stick, and then you just do the snatchback, and then you go back on to like diagonally the way you want to run. It's really easy to do, and once you practice it a bit, you'll get used to it. You can't spam it too much, otherwise you do slow down if you run out of stam, but it's just nice to have like in those like tight situations where you might need to run and fade, or maybe you want to do something like that where you pretend to run and then you do a snatchback again and then you're open. Now, another move that you will want to learn very well is you want to run to the side, and you want to let go of turbo, and you want to do your spin. So you want to practice learning how to get this spin down every time, because that spin is going to be crazy for cooking up some combos. You're going to be able to do it anywhere on the court, and you're going to be able to like do all sorts of stuff. Like you just seen right there, I cooked up an easy combo. That was the easiest thing in the world, and it started off with that spin. Now, I had you guys put on the Julius Randle go-to shot. The reason I did that was so that we could get this animation right here. You see that first sort of crossover where it brings you to the right? Now, you can speed boost out of that extremely well. Now, if we go ahead and we pair it with a snatchback, we get an extremely quick 1-2 cross that lets us move. Especially if you're doing stuff like that, where you can go snatchback, across, snatchback. Like, you see how quickly you can get open with just doing 1 or 2 moves? It's insane. And of course, the actual go-to shot itself isn't actually a bad one to have. It creates quite a bit of space, so if you want to shoot off of it at the end of your combo as well, it's not bad. And then we also have our KD step back hop jumper. Now, the left one is very small like that, and the right one, you jump back a lot further. But the reason we want it is because, say the ball is in my left hand like it is right now, I'm going to hold turbo, I'm going to hold back for like half a second. You see how big that jump back is? I can do it on the right hand side as well. Do it from the right to the left. I can do it the left to the right, just like so. And you can also just speed boost out of these basically, or not necessarily speed boost, but you can run out of them, which is great. So you're like running in, do the step back, and then you can run and fade. Or say you're like cooking up a combo, you can go to the left, you can go to the right. Like there's so many ways that you can get open with the KD hopback. So now I've gone over all the moves, or at least I believe I've gone over all the moves. We have the hezzy that we put on, which isn't like super quick, isn't super slow, but I don't really use hezzies, especially because it just kind of drains stamina a little bit. And I've also noticed that whenever you hezzy near someone in this game, they tend to get a bump still, so try and avoid the hezzy if you can. Now let's start working on some combos. The first one I want to start on is doing the escape move that we learned, this quick one here. So we want to learn how to get this one down extremely quick. And basically what we're going to do, start with the ball in your left hand. This is going to be like a way to basically bring the ball up the court. So you're going to do that, you're going to run, do a spin, and then you can snatch back, and you can either like do a behind the back, or there's other ways that you can basically exit out of the spin. Just as an example, I'll try and get one that's like smooth. So we'll run, we'll do the spin, then we can do a behind the back, and we can fade in the mid-range. Now there's two different types of behind the backs. You can either do the normal one, which I didn't actually explain to you, when you run without holding turbo, or you just kind of jog up the court and you do the behind the back, you're going to get this really easy quick animation, and it's really nice, especially if someone's trying to close you out and get a steal. You could just do the behind the back and get completely past them. So you either do that one, or you can do the explosive behind the back that we spoke about already. So do the move, the escape move, that, and then we can do the behind the back to get open in the mid-range. Or instead of doing that, you can do the escape move, run out, do the spin, and then we could do a snatch back and get an open shot. Now I do actually have clips of me doing this in game, so I'll probably chuck some up now. You probably saw one in the intro as well, me doing this exact combo. I do love this combo, it's one of my favorites, but like you can add a bunch of different variations of it. Honestly, like there's so much like potential in the dribbling for big centers this year. It's crazy. And of course you don't have to start off every combo with like this escape move. I just like to do it because it's a nice quick easy move, doesn't take up much stam. You can just do a step back like that, go into it, snatch back, inside, snatch back again, green. These combos will take time to learn. You'll have to learn the timing, but definitely I would recommend that if you can get the dribbling down, then I would recommend trying to, at least, because you're going to get so many open buckets just by doing a couple of moves. And obviously if you want to just like flex on your friends, this is a great way to do it. Now the next move I want to teach you about is the snatch back into the go-to shot that we have. You can start this from really anywhere, it's completely up to you. I like to start it sort of around the 3-point line. But basically what you want to do is you want to go, you have to do it to the right, so you have to start with the ball in your right hand, then you want to snatch and you want to do your go-to shot, and then it's going to put you into that quick animation. Snatch, go-to shot, and then you can run out of it. Now the great thing about this is snatch back, go-to shot, then you can snatch the other way, and then you can get an open shot. So it's not like it's one-dimensional, it's just if you want to do the go-to shot and have a fast animation, you have to run out to the right. Because say for example I try and do it to the left, I get a really slow animation. See how slow that is? And then I have to run like that. Whereas if you do it to the right, you get the fast animation, you could snatch, you can run back that way, quick stop. It's extremely easy to get this one down. This is probably one of the easiest ones because it's just literally doing a snatch back. Like you can follow it on the controller cam. I think it's a little bit delayed, but you guys will understand the timing once you try it yourself. You just snatch back, hold up, and then run. And then you can just fade in the corner, fade in the mid-range, do whatever you want. Another great one that I like to do is the snatch back into explosive to snatch back. That creates enough space between you and the centers that you'll be able to get an open shot unless they jump at you, which 9 times out of 10 if you're dribbling in front of them, they're not in their mind like thinking, oh, they're going to shoot right now. They're trying to defend the dribble move, so they're kind of distracted and you get an open shot. It's quite nice. Again, just do that, and then if you wanted to, you could combo it up even more. Like you could do behind the back, snatch back, snatch, behind the back, step back, green. Or if you wanted to, you could do things like this, like snatch back, behind the back, snatch back. Obviously you'd have to do it the right way, but if you do like that, and you could go into that and then mid-range. So I'll do that again for you guys. Step back, explosive, step back, go-to shot, fade. Very easy. It looks slow, but trust me, in game, especially when you're matched up against other centers, and if you're matched up against like smaller players, like say you're matched up against like a 6'9" or a 6'7", then you're still going to be able to go ahead and combo up. They might be able to bump you a bit more, but if you're on a build like mine, like a 7'4", like I say, you can just shoot over them. So the way that the contestant works this year, they have to jump to contest the center, so it creates a lot more space for you to be able to actually work. Now, another move I do want to teach you guys is basically to do with the KD hop jump. Basically, if you do your snatchback to the left and then you're holding turbo and holding right on the right stick, you'll basically get this extremely quick animation, which is quite nice. You can see how explosive that can be. It's not great going to the other side, but just being able to have that in your arsenal is great. You can then combo up and do other things, like you can do quick 1-2s like that. It really allows you to kind of spam your moves if you can learn this one. Like it's great for comboing up, and it's sort of one of those filler moves that's extremely quick, that's kind of going to catch your opponent off guard, which then you're going to be allowed to kind of, like, you can just spam it if you wanted to. Like, it's extremely quick. It does drain your stamina, but it's one of those ones to kind of throw off your opponent. Say you've been doing like behind the backs like that and whatnot, you can just kind of throw one of them in, and then you can run out of that as well if you don't like the go-to shot. A lot of this is just kind of personal preference. Whichever way that you prefer to dribble, you can then use these combos to kind of as a guideline to see how you want to play. But yeah, that's pretty much all the dribble stuff that I know right now for the 7-4s and for centers in general. Extremely glitchy this year, and I'm so glad that they made it this way, because finally I'm having fun playing on big men again. And I know there's probably going to be people that sat there going, oh, you're the 7-4, it takes no skill. Well, what 7-4s do you know that are pulling up to the courts and doing dribble moves like I am? Show me that and I'll give you your props. But until then, deal with it, because I'm having fun. This is the first year in a while that I've not been insanely bored and not felt like I'm having fun like a week into the game. It's shaping up to be an absolutely crazy year. Hopefully this video does help you out. If it does, leave a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And also, if you enjoyed the video, do that as well. Appreciate all the love and support recently. Good luck learning your 7-4 or center in general dribble moves, and I'll catch you boys in the next one.